Police Criminal Investigative Department has invited the national chairman of the opposition NDC, Ofosu Ampofo, to assist in investigations. Ofosu Ampofo's invitation is in respect of a leaked audio circulating on both social and traditional media, in which he is alleged to have made comments that have security implications for the nation.
First of all, let me say good evening to all of you. Thank you for the kind of work we are doing and the challenges that we have had to go through the past few days. I myself, I call it a baptismal of fire. Because if we're in my shoes, you really appreciate what we went through. You see, first of all, let me admit that even though the party was aware that MPP will always resort to violence when we go to by-election, the scale and the combination of state security forces against a party has never happened in the history of Ghana. I have gone to by-elections. You know, most of you. It is always either MPP group against NDC group slugging it out, and then the police showing a little bias here and there. But for you to see the level of deployment, the sheer numbers, the firepower, and of course the fact that these were not trained security personnel. We picked intelligence very late the previous night when they went and recruited people from organizer even came, rushed to Sanko where we were training people to come and tell us me and Jay Blanson and others the kind of weapon that we distributed, what happened in Adogoshi, the people they picked them there. So we pick all these things. And we have some of our colleagues and people there. And the plan they were hatching and the extent to which they wanted to go. If you have all this information, we thought that if they would be unleash violence, it would be late in the evening when they realize they are not winning and they want to use. In fact, they did everything, including some printed ballot boxes, which were going to be put in military peace corps and others in the heat of the distance. When they come and they want to, as if they want to restore violence, they pick it and then we had all those information. So we thought that look, this thing will go late. So let's watch how it begins. Some of our security guys, I don't want to mention them, I mean, they tried to put some teams together. But when the thing started, the rate at which it came. In fact, if you were with me, when I went to the Lagos hospital and saw the blood flow and the life-threatening injuries, and I was getting call from Bawaleshi, from Abelempe, from East Legon, it's like coordinated. So when I saw this thing and the calls were coming, I thought that look, this thing was coordinated, and if we are not careful, the level of casualties we cannot handle. So I spoke with one or two of our intelligent couples, and they said, oh, let's wait till about 9:30 and see how the situation. When I got to the PC stand, the house it was chaotic. The blood flow, the everything. The PC himself, before I could get him, I had to go through the hall, go to another hall, go to the third place. And the whole place was choked. And the cry of our party people was that look, we can't do this election because we don't want to die. And there was pressure on me. So I called here, and unfortunately, around the same time, Honorable came with President and came with me. So we had to do some consultation with the candidate and then weigh the options and see. We were not in the state of preparedness to call for even reinforcement from anywhere because, as Captain Sassi said, how do you call people with bare hands to go and face this force? Any intelligent person will say that, let's weigh the option. This is a by-election. When we even win the seat, it doesn't make any. Why should they slaughter people? Because the tendency was that hawks were being unleashed into the constituency. And their determination is to mow them down, as many as possible, to let the hawks and others know that, look, you are nothing. So why can't we prevent that? At the same time, there was mixed communication about the number of deaths. And it was all over the place that already 2 people were dead. And as a party leader, how do I encourage people to go and face this fire and die? So I had no option. That is why I was tactical in saying that we are withdrawing our party leader. Because you see, we are not in charge of the elections. We can't stop the election. People who are leaving their homes to go and vote, I don't have control over them. I can't ask them not to go. But I had control over people that I have deployed as party people. And they were under attack. And so the best I can do is that, and they were in various places, I did not know what was happening to them. And so once I have a fair idea of what was happening, to save them, the best thing is to record them and bring them to a center where we can either brief them and decide whether to go back or not to go back. So, my brothers and sisters, it was a very, very difficult decision. Again, at the same time, we also thought that if we continue this election to the end and we win, the violent aspect will be swept aside. If we also lose, we have gone through the full hog. So the discussion will be normal electoral violence. So tactical withdrawal was to then place the issue in proper context so that every focus will be on what the government will do. And that is what we have largely succeeded in achieving. Because you see, for the first time, UND, they have never waded into this issue. EU delegation had called one of our senior comrades and said that, look, they are going to rethink their funding of the 2020 election. Because EU is a major stakeholder in terms of funding. And that we can then push for proper. And my worry a little was the fact that in situations like this, you may disagree with the decision, but you don't have to challenge leadership decisions. And in the middle of this, some people decided you can have this process. For me, it was the most unfortunate thing that happened. Because when our people are being mowed down and they are being killed, and leadership has given a certain direction, you need to. There was pressure on me from some angles that I should change the process. I said, I will never change the process. I spoke with a lot of people and I said, this is a decision that I believe is in the interest of the party. Vehemently opposed to it, but when who has started reflecting on the whole process, there are people who come here, so initially we were angry with you. But I mean, you have Chief Soccer in our meeting saying, Chief, thank you. I said, why? He said, if you have not taken this decision, I don't know how my men would have gone back to Tamale. The issue is that they had brought the Kandahar boys. And the Kandahar boys know our boys from Tamale. So it was a targeted attack. So once they spot you, they invite them, so they would have done it. And then around that time, our people were so defenseless, and they have packed themselves in pickups. And so cordon off and harming them was very, very easy. And they had not anticipated all these things coming. So it hasn't been easy. But for me, how we take the battle from here is most critical. It's a question of mind game that we have come to play. I was here because I thought that I should come and lift your spirit up and let you know that it was not a cowardice decision at all. It was a strategic decision which will benefit us, the security and future survival of our country. So first of all, our people have identified a number of them. Yes. I don't know whether you have heard, but somebody has told me that one of them is dead in Boku. Yes. Yeah, one of them is dead in Boku today. Whether heart attack or whatever. You see, 3 days ago and yesterday, those who were living in Niba and Momobi, nobody has slept in his house. So you see that now we have a tactical advantage. Nobody has left it. They even went and attacked parents. Some imams have to come in and plead for their parents because one of the days, people also start capturing your mothers and fathers and keeping them hostage until you show yourself out. So we need to go back quickly on the drawing board and strategize. But the communication is very critical ahead of us. And I want to assure you that as long as I remain the leader of the party, my approach to elections and security has completely changed from what happened.
Wow.
And we need to marshal all the human and material resources to move it. Yesterday I was speaking with him and I said, look, we have to get to a driver, probably one of our retired security people who can still drive and at the same time give you protection. And some covert and overt operations. We'll go after them. But we'll not go after them face to face. We'll have to use tactical approaches to make life very uncomfortable for some of them. We will target some people and we will let the people know that their life is in danger. And then once they know their life is in danger, they themselves be careful. As for that one, I want to assure you that we will go all out. When it comes to this game, because we are better than them. And we will not, once we are focusing our attention on the Akufo-Addo, and in fact, I think that this whole thing, we should not focus too much on the IGP. In fact, a police would come up and say, as for them, they regard the IGP as a civilian because the man is retired. And for them, he's a civilian. He's just a caretaker because he has retired. And once you are retired as an IGP, and that this came from a policewoman. And so, even though we bashed the IGP, I think that the whole thing was political. So we must situate the communication on the president, who is the commander-in-chief and who controls the security agencies, and how he has shown his true colors as a very violent person because you trace the antecedent gradually from when he became a flag bearer and what he did to his own chairman and others and created a culture of silence and beat people up and did all sorts of things and have brought it into governance. And so we need to expose him so that tomorrow, as my brother said, if NDC decides that we are also organizing ourselves, which of course we are going to organize and organize well, then gradually we have shifted the attention onto the people. In fact, when people even hear of violence in by-election, we'll be thinking about visible forces and then we quietly, doing our own thing. So this is the briefing that I want to and say that it is the party itself is also going to come out of a number of policy initiatives. First, we are going to set up a security and intelligence unit within the party and appoint a national coordinator, regional coordinator, and constituency coordinators. We'll be picking some of our intelligent people, BNN people, national security people, and others, and then so that we can read and plan effectively. Because you see, military people are military people. The appreciation of security issues goes beyond what we can go. You see, so when we came and Colonel Sachijima was briefing FEC and was saying that as far as he's concerned, he will never order people without weapons to go and face people before election. He will never. So those of them, these are people who advise us that look, if we decide, our boys came here, they were so angry, they wanted to move into the street. What are you going to do? You are just going to endanger the lives of people. The second thing also is that after this intelligence unit, the violent bomb protection unit, which we decided to set up, I think that this same committee will help us to see how to, put it up. And again, we are also going to look at how to provide security for our leading members and our leading communicators. That is also going to be looked at very critically. It all requires a lot of resources. For me, I believe that one of the challenges this government intel here, I have had calls from senior police officers who say that look, we salute you. And that this is the time that we are going to unveil the real faces. The police are not happy. Yes. Because they have been trained. They have a reputation to protect. You are going to bring people on the streets. You put police uniform on them and you are giving the police bad name. So there are several police people who are not happy. And you see, it is also shifting the support of the police back to us. Because you know, in 2016, the police were against us. So that is that aspect. The other aspect is the EC check. You see, we must wage a relentless war on this EC check. I mean, she doesn't want to see my face because when he sees me, but I have told him, look at the statement that she made. First, our parliamentary candidate, woman, when we went to help, he said, oh, this one, it is you, it is NPP, NDC, your usual tax. And then I said, look, madam, do you know what you are talking about? As a commissioner, do you know what you are talking about? So I think we need to take her to the cleaners.
Sure.
And the civil society organization, religious organization.
Exactly.
Especially the Peace Council chair.
Exactly.
For the first time, I will endorse insulting.
That's right. We have already started. One open. You